Men's basketball, we start things off with a women's contest. Should be a good matchup. First time these two teams played a little over a month ago. It went down into the final minutes before the Dordt Defenders prevailed by a final of 74-63. The Dordt Defender women take a 23-1 overall mark into the contest, 18-0 in the conference against a Jamestown team that is 11-7, but a very deceptive 11-7. 15-9 overall. This is a team that has hit its stride as of late. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and when we're back, we'll take a look at the matchup between the Dordt Defenders and the Jamestown Jimmies. Women's college basketball coming your way right after this. You're listening to KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner and Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com. Leading you home.
I chose Dordt because on my visit, I just felt a very genuine aspect of the people that were surrounded me. It just made me realize that I may have found my second home. I knew right at that visit, I got in the car with my mom and she's like, you know, I think we may have found your college. I agreed with her. At Dordt, they do a great job of providing many opportunities where you can just step out and really grow in your faith. They really push you in your faith in a way that I've never been pushed before. I don't know where I would have been at in my faith if I didn't choose Dordt.
Back to the DeWitt Gym. Let's take a look at the matchup between these two teams. We begin with the Jamestown Jimmies. They are coached by Thad Sankey, 15-9 overall, 11-7 in the conference with 4 games remaining. The Jimmies are 8-3 in 2024 after starting the year 7-6. Jimmies are 7-1 since losing to Dordt back on January 10. Jamestown slipped by Northwestern 72-71 on February 7, beat Midland 72-55 on February 10 in a pair of home games. Jamestown won 5 games in a row on the road from January 17 to February 2, and then they've been at home for a few games in a row. The tail of the tape for the Jimmies, they average 71 points per game. They give up 65. They convert 42% of their field goals. They allow opponents to make 38. Rebounds per game, Jamestown a 39-33 rebounding edge. Three-pointers made 7.9 to 7. Three-point percentage, Jamestown 33, opponents 32. Turnovers per game, Jamestown 15. They force opponents into 13. Kate Cordes leads this team with a 16.2 points per game average, 4.7 rebounds. Audrey Rodakowski is at 14 points per game with 6 rebounds per contest. She also converts 53% of her field goals. And Kaya Towers at 13 points per game with 4.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and she has made 39 three-pointers this season. For the Dordt Defenders and Coach Bill Harmson, 23-1 this season. They're on an 11-game winning streak right now. They started the year with a 12-game winning streak. That ended on December 12 in Brookings, South Dakota, when they lost to the Jackrabbits 66-54. 3 of Dordt's wins are by single digits, with the closest game a November 29 win over Northwestern 81-78. Dordt has scored 85 or more points in 14 games. They've scored over 80 points in 20 of their 23 wins. Dordt has limited opponents to less than 60 points in 13 different games. The defenders have won 11 games in a row since that loss to South Dakota State on December 12th. By the numbers, Dordt is outscoring teams 86-60, outshooting teams 47-37, out-rebounding teams 46-32. They are converting nearly 7 three-pointers per game. Opponents are making nearly 5 three-pointers per contest. Three-point percentage, Dordt 32, opponents 27. Turnovers per game, Dordt 14, opponents 19. Carly Gustafson is averaging 12.3 points per game with 7 rebounds. She makes 59% of her field goals. She is 4th in the conference in field goal percentage. Bailey Backman is at 12.3 points per game, 36 made three-pointers. She is making 31% of her three-pointers. Gracie Schoenhoven is averaging a team-high 13 points per game. That comes after a 23-point contest against the College of St. Mary. She also has 4.4 rebounds per game on average, 2 assists and 1.8 steals. She is shooting 68% from the floor, and Janie Schoenhoven is averaging 10.3 points per game with 8.4 rebounds, and she makes 65% of her field goals. Gracie and Janie are 1-2 in field goal percentage. Macy Sievers is converting 10.5 points per game with 6.8 assists, 5.7 rebounds. She's made 23 pointers, and she is converting 35% of her three-point shots. Faith Van Holland is converting 5.6 points per game. Macy Nielsen is at 4 points per contest. Dordt leads the series 12-11. Dordt won the January 10th meeting 74-63. They were up 34-26 at halftime. Jamestown came back to tie the game 51-51 at the end of the third period. Dordt used a 6-0 run to take a 9-point lead and get 2 free throws. Got 2 free throws with less than a minute remaining to extend the lead from 3 to 5. And then from 5 to 7. Dordt converted 28 of 68 field goals, limited to 2 of 16 three-point shooting. Jamestown 24 of 65 from the field, 7 of 19 from the arc. Dordt had a 45-37 rebounding advantage in that contest. Bailey Beckman 16 points, Gracie Schoenhoven 15, Carly Gustafson 14. Kate Cordes scored 15 points in the second half on the way to a game-high 17 points. Kaya Tower had 14 points. Audrey Rodakowski added 11. In their most recent outing, Dordt defeated the College of St. Mary 77-58. Gracie Schoenhoven 23 points in the win. Carly Gustafson 10. Jamestown defeated Midland 72-55 on Saturday. They were led by Tower with 16 points, and Kate Cordes had 14. Rodakowski added 12 points and 5 rebounds. Let's take a 2-minute break, and when we're back on the Wireless World pregame show, we will take a look at the conference standings and what else is happening around the league right after this 2-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 2 minutes.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing. This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
Thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors, Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym as part of the Wireless World pregame show. Conference standings over the weekend. The Dordt Defenders clinched at least a share of the title. With 4 games remaining, they have a 4-game lead on second place Concordia. Concordia stumbled on the road at Dakota Wesleyan last weekend, 83-75. Dordt is 18-0, Concordia is 14-4, Dakota Wesleyan 13-5, Briar Cliff 12-6. Jamestown is 11-7. Northwestern and Morningside are 10-8. Doane is 9-9, and that is the cut line right now for the 8-team postseason playoffs. Hastings stands 8-10. They're still in the hunt. Midland, Mount Marty, and College of St. Mary, their only hope is to play the role of spoiler heading into the final weeks of the GPAC season. The Dordt Defenders defeated the College of St. Mary 77-58. Northwestern defeated Mount Marty 79-58. It was Jamestown beating Midland 72-55. Briar Cliff a winner over Doane 78-71, and Morningside defeated Hastings 76-53 last weekend. Dakota Wesleyan down Concordia 83-75. Women's basketball tonight, Jamestown is at Dordt, Northwestern is at Briar Cliff. That's a critical matchup for both of those teams. Mount Marty is at Hastings. Hastings needs to keep winning. Concordia is at Doane. That's, we'll keep an eye on it. Concordia, the favorite, obviously, but bitter rivals there. Dakota Wesleyan at Morningside, that should be a good matchup. News out of Dakota Wesleyan this week, where Jason Christensen is going to remain as women's basketball coach, but he's going to take on some more administrative responsibility. So see how that writes itself in terms of the storyline as the season comes to a close. And Midland is at the College of St. Mary in women's Great Plains Athletic Conference basketball. Let's take, let's keep it right here. Let's take a look at starting lineups, and then we'll take a break. So the starting lineups, and let's begin with Jamestown and the starters for Coach Thad Sankey. Starting, number 0, Kate Cordes, a 5'8 sophomore from Shakopee, Minnesota, averaging 16.2 points per game. Kaya Tower is a 5'6 senior from Big Fork, Minnesota. She is averaging 13 points per contest. Number 12 is Kate Busick, a 5'9 junior from Fargo, North Dakota, averaging 6.2 points per game. Jalen Martinson is a 5'9 junior from Devils Lake, North Dakota, averaging 4.3 points per game. And number 24 is Audrey Rodakowski, a 6' senior from Dickinson, North Dakota. She is averaging 14 points per contest. Again, for Jamestown, it'll be Cordes, Tower, Busick, Martinson, and Rodakowski. For the Dordt Defenders, they will start number 10, Macy Sievers, a 5'8 sophomore from Storm Lake, Iowa, averaging 10.5 points per game. Number 13 is Bailey Beckman, a 5'5 senior from Panora, Iowa, averaging 12.3 points per outing. Number 30 is Carly Gustafson, a 5'11 graduate student from Ethan, South Dakota, averaging 12.3 points per game. Number 32 is Faith Van Hollen, a 5'8 senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, averaging 5.6 points per contest. And number 35 is Janie Schoenhoven, a 5'10 junior from Hospers, Iowa, averaging 10.3 points per game. Again, for the defenders, it'll be Sievers, Beckman, Gustafson, Van Holland, and Janie Schoenhoven, the older of the 2 Schoenhoven sisters. Off of the bench for Dordt, Macy Nielsen, Eliana Caparis, Liv Harrison, and Gracie Schoenhoven have been part of the regular rotation heading into the final weeks. Dordt is down Hayden Hymanson. Hayden not in uniform again tonight. Hopefully we get final word on the extent of her injury. Looks like she's got that knee immobilized though, and she is not playing. She is not in uniform, but on the bench in street clothes tonight. For the Jamestown Jimmies, Reagan Johnson, Samantha Paulson, Sarah Lenz, Megan Oswald, and Hannah Hagel all will play off of the bench. The most potent 2, you've got 3 averaging right around 4 points per game. Paulson is a freshman from Zimmerman, Minnesota, averaging 4.3 points per game. Lenz is a junior from Belle Plaine, Minnesota, averaging 3.9 points per game. And Hagel is a 5'11 junior from Carrington, North Dakota, averaging 3.7 points per contest. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with the start of tonight's women's college basketball contest right after this. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 3 minutes.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Clausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust. This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa, life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors, knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner and Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
You're listening to KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network. Glad to have you along with me on this Wednesday evening. A little bit of rain happening outside. How's that for February weather? Last year we fought snow and cold all February and into the postseason. Maybe things will be a little different this year. Too soon to tell, but rainy day outside and here inside. The Dordt defenders trying to stay perfect in the Great Plains Athletic Conference and trying to clinch the Great Plains Athletic Conference regular season championship outright. It'll be a challenge, though, tonight, taking on a Jamestown Jimmy team that is quite good. Kate Busick with the basketball. She passes over to Tower. Tower gets the return pass, puts it on the floor against Van Hollen, puts the shot up, blocked by Van Hollen. Rebound taken away by Sievers. Here comes Dordt. Sievers into the front court, throws it right side Beckman. Beckman thought about the three, into the paint, comes back over to Gustafson. Gustafson with a high shot off of the glass, good. Carly Gustafson off of the dribble gets the two-point basket to go with the right hand, and we are underway. The Dordt defenders with the on defense now. Jamestown basketball. Jamestown with it, pinned. They throw it right side, cut off, and the ball deflected out. Last touch by Macy Sievers on the pass intended for Rodakowski. It will be It'll be Jamestown basketball. Dordt touched it last. Jimmy's inbounding right side of the lane as we face the hoop. They throw it out front. Rodakowski with it, backing her way in against Gustafson. Her shot no good. And the rebound taken away by Carly. Carly with it off to Severs. Severs with the basketball. Macy into the front court. She goes left side, Van Hollen. Van Hollen with it back over to Severs. Severs at the top of the key, looking down low. Instead, Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven gives it up to Gustafson. Gustafson unable to get the shot to go. A lot of contact that time. Gustafson had it partially blocked. And the rebound taken away by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball, Martinson. Martinson comes back out front to Tower. Tower with the ball. Tower gives it up, Busick. Busick with it at the top of the key, driving in right-hand side, throws it into the corner with the basketball, throwing it off at the bottom of the back glass. No good for Martinson. And here come the defenders back the other way. Dordt with it, Severs. Severs comes back over to Beckman. Beckman with the ball. Beckman sizing up the defense. She passes over to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven gives it up, Gustafson. Gustafson back to Schoenhoven. Janey slicing down the lane. Janey with the two-point bucket. Another assist for Carly Gustafson. She is already in the top 10 in assists career for the defenders. She'll likely end up there in steals as well. In terms of points and rebounds, she's at the top. Shot in the paint, no good. Rebound tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tower. It'll be Dordt basketball. Gustafson second all-time in scoring, well within striking distance of first. And she is already atop the all-time rebounding list at Dordt with over 1,000. She's the only women's basketball player in program history to get to 1,000. Left side pass, Van Hollen. Van Hollen gives it into the corner. Beckman three, left it short, no good. And the rebound cleared by Cordes, one and done for the defenders. Here come the Jimmies. Jimmies trailing 4-0, nearly 2.5 minutes into the contest. Jamestown basketball. Tower with it at the top of the key. Van Hollen guarding her. She comes back right side with it. Busick down to the baseline. Her shot too strong, no good. Rebound taken away by Gustafson. Gustafson off to Severs. Severs off to the races. Severs at the free throw line. Hesitates. Looks down low. Gives it instead into the corner. Van Hollen. Three. Too strong. No good. And the rebound taken away by Rodakowski. Rodakowski with the basketball. Rodakowski gives it up over to Tower. Tower up the left-hand side. Beg your pardon, that's Cordes. Cordes will spot up. 17-footer. Right side. Whispers that one through. Kate Cordes makes it 4-2. 4-2 our score. Severs up the lane with it on the right elbow. Back to Gustafson. Gustafson into the corner. Beckman, nothing there as she drives the lane. Attacked it from the left sideline, did Beckman. Now they go back to Severs, Gustafson. Gustafson underneath it goes Janey. Janey off the glass, good. Janey Schoenhoven with a 2-point bucket. She's got 4, another assist for Gustafson. Gustafson with the basketball, and Gustafson on the defense now. Busick passes it off to Rodakowski. Rodakowski throws it to Tower. Tower underneath gets it. Rodakowski, ball deflected. Now jump ball called, alternating possession. It will be Dordt basketball. So the Dordt defenders, Macy Severs, brings the basketball up the floor. Dordt leading 6-2 in the early going. Gracie Schoenhoven in the ball game for the first time. She spins into the paint, nothing there. Back over to Severs. Severs right side, Janey. Janey on the wing, back to Severs. Macy left side, Macy Nielsen. So you got the two Macys on the floor together. 8 to shoot for the defenders. Severs off the glass, good. Macy Severs with a 2-point basket. Dordt leads 8-2. 5:48 remaining here in the first quarter. Rodakowski, left side pass, Busick, nothing there. Busick comes back to Martinson. Martinson in the paint against Gracie Schoenhoven. Kick out pass back over to Tower. Tower gives it up, Cordes with it. Cordes 10 to shoot. Dordt brings a trap. Cordes in trouble, and Dort's going to force a tie-up. Janey Schoenhoven and Macy Nielsen forcing the tie-up with 7 seconds remaining. So Dordt showing a different look on defense tonight where they're double-teaming the basketball. And almost as soon as some specific players put the ball on the deck, they're bringing the double team and trying to force, in that case, Kate Cordes to give it up. Jamestown with the basketball. Jamestown gets the ball inbounded to Tower. Tower with it at the top of the key. 3 to shoot. Puts it up with the left hand. Finishes with the left hand. And Akaya Tower will go to the free throw line for a 3-point play opportunity. Tower has been a handful for a long time. This will be a 3-point play opportunity. She's listed as a senior. In all honesty, I have no idea anymore with the COVID season if she's actually a senior or fifth-year player. Does she have another year remaining? Free throws up and good. And just simply didn't have the time to look it up earlier today. A few other things happening. With the basketball is Sievers. Macy with it. Dordt leading 8-5. Zone defense applied here by the Jimmies. Van Holland high post. Janey. Janey goes left side Sievers. Sievers with the basketball. Sievers reverses over the top. Macy Nielsen 10 to shoot. Inside it goes Schoenhoven, back to Nielsen. Nielsen, right side, Sievers, ball fake, steps inside the arc. 2-pointer, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Lenz. Now Dordt showing a trap on the miss. And the ball deflected out of bounds by Faith Van Holland. It will be Jamestown basketball. So Jamestown with the basketball. And the Jimmies will bring the basketball up the floor. This is Sarah Lenz. We talked about her in the pregame show. This is Tower. Tower out front, guarded by Nielsen. Lofts it into the free throw line. This is Hagel. Hagel at the free throw line, looking for the backdoor cut. Instead comes back outside. 3-pointer planted on the back iron. No good. Rebound taken away by Gustafson over to Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Dordt with it up the floor quickly. Willow Bleeker's in the game for the defenders as well. Bleeker goes right side Gustafson. Gustafson at the free throw line. Back over to Willow. Willow on the right hand side to the free throw line. Dumps it down low. Gustafson 14 to shoot. Gustafson looking. Backdoor play for Schoenhoven. Outside it goes Nielsen. 3-ball on the way. Got it. 3-point basket. Macy Nielsen, the knack for the big shot. And the Dordt defenders extend the lead back to 6. 11-5. 11-5 our score. Coming back the other way, Jamestown with it. Jimmies have it. Shot in the paint is up, and the little 10-footer is good for Hagel. Hagel, right side of the lane, gets the shot to go. Dordt leads by 4, 11-7. 11-7 our score. This is the 5th season for Tower. I'm looking at her career numbers right now. She played in that 1920 season, and then the nightmare that was 2021 in terms of college athletics. Underneath is Gracie Schoenhoven, and Schoenhoven hacked on the play. Got hit once on the way up, then finally earned the foul call on the second contact. Hannah Hagel commits the personal. So Tower has over 1,700 career points. Burst onto the scene as a freshman back in 1920. First free throw up and good. Scored 231 points in that one, averaged about 7 points a game or so, 7 or 8, and then had a breakout year as a sophomore. Second free throw no good by Schoenhoven. Dordt leads 12-7. Schoenhoven 1 of 2 that time. Schoenhoven right around 70%, and we've got a reach-in foul called on Gracie Schoenhoven in the backcourt. And for Gracie, that's going to be foul number 1. So the defenders, a couple of players with 1 foul each. Fresh 30 for Jamestown to work with. This will be the second to last home game for the defenders of the regular season, hosting Concordia this Saturday. Dordt showing pressure. This is Tower. Tower with it after the ball was tipped by Schoenhoven. Throws it across the timeline. Left side pass, it goes to Paulson. Paulson back to Tower. Tower guarded by Sievers. Tower with the basketball, working against Nielsen. Comes back left side, throws it into the corner. Paulson, she steps on the sideline out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball. I was talking about Tower. She averaged, looks like about 14 points per game as a sophomore. A little over 10 points a game, probably 11 points per game as a junior. Short jumper by Liv Harrison. Harrison in the ball game for the first time for the defenders. Dordt leading 14-7. Defenders showing pressure in the backcourt. Bringing the ball up the floor is Busick. Busick trying to split the defense. She comes back right side. Gets the return pass now over to Paulson. Paulson gives right wing 3. Good. 3-point bucket by Busick. Dordt back the other way quickly. Nielsen over the basketball. Nielsen back to Sievers. Dordt with a 4-point lead. Goes to Caparis underneath Sievers. Sievers right-handed layup good. Macy Sievers with 4. Dordt leads 16-7. With the basketball, Jamestown, they beat the press that time. They pass it back left side. This is Busick. Busick left wing to Tower. Tower with the basketball, guarded there by Harrison. Throws it into the corner, dump it into the post. With it on the left elbow is Hagel. Hagel shot off the glass, good. Hagel with a 2-point basket. Hagel now with 4, and the Dordt lead is 16-12. 16-12 our score. Schoenhoven with it. Schoenhoven in the paint. Can't get the foul call, and she misses the shot. Jamestown basketball, 1:40 remaining. Jamestown looking for the pass over the top. Jimmy's have it. Busick. Busick throws right side Tower. Tower splits the defense. Throws it off the glass. No good, but a foul on the play. Let's see who the foul's going to go against. They're going to give that one to Gracie, and that's number 2 on her. That's unfortunate. So 2 free throws on the way for Tower. Tower, an 85% free throw shooter. She'll shoot 2. Dordt with 5 new players in the game. Gustafson, Janie Schoenhoven, Faith Van Holland, Willow Bleeker, and Bailey Backman. 16-12, defenders by 4. That's foul number 3 on the defenders in this game. Free throw up, good for Tower. Tower now with 4. Another one on the way as Jamestown within 3, 16-13. 91 seconds remaining in this first period. Second free throw on the way by Tower is good. So Tower makes them both. She's got 5, and the defender lead is 16-14. Beckman with the basketball, left-hand side, Van Hollen. Van Hollen comes back over to Beckman. Beckman gives it up. Top of the key it goes, Gustafson. Gustafson in the paint, nothing there. Back to Bleeker. Bleeker, top of the key, 3, missed it, no good. And the rebound is cleared by Paulson. Paulson with it, 1:10 remaining in the first quarter. Jamestown with a chance to tie or take the lead. Driving in, dumping it off, taken away by Gustafson. She got the steal, comes back over to Beckman. Beckman into the corner, Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. Bleeker, the freshman from Sioux Center. They give it to Gustafson, right side Ben Holland. Ben Holland looking down low for Gustafson, and it's tapped away from behind by Rodakowski. It will be Jamestown basketball. Beg your pardon, it'll be Dordt basketball. Faith Van Hollen throwing it in, far right corner. Comes into Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. Bleeker out front, 48 seconds and counting, first quarter. Bleeker gets a ball screen from Van Hollen. Comes back to Beckman. Beckman with it, 7 to shoot. Bailey drives the lane, scoops it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Rebound though, Gustafson. Gustafson working the offensive glass, gets the 2-point basket to go. Dordt leads 18-14. And now the Jimmies will have it, and they can hold for the final shot of the period. Jamestown with the basketball, 22 seconds. Busick takes it across the timeline. Busick sizing up the defense. Nobody with a foul on the floor for the defenders, so they got 1 to give in effect. Be tempted if they put the ball on the floor, driving to the hoop, commit a foul. Pass out front to Tower. Tower at the free throw line. Ball's down on the floor, and that's not how you wanted it because the ball came loose already. Faith Van Hollen tumbles over the top of Kaya Tower, and Tower takes the worst of that one. Faith Van Hollen whistled for the personal foul, her first. So now 4.6 seconds remaining. You no longer have the foul to give. Jamestown gets the ball inbounded underneath the basket. 1 second left. Tower scoops it up with the left hand. Missed it. No good. It'll be Dordt basketball. Second period of play when we start it. Right after this, you're listening to Dordt basketball on KIHK and watching the Dordt Media Network. Back with more in 1 minute. Lorenzen on the fly, and Lucas Lorenzen with another 2. He's got 22. Then Gustafson squares up against Neerum. Gustafson underneath to Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven layup good. She's got 8.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today. Serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Dordt leads 18-14 as we get set for the second period of play. The defenders by 4. Jamestown 5 of 12 in the first quarter. Dordt 8 of 15. The defenders and Jamestown 7 rebounds apiece. Janie Schoenhoven, Carly Gustafson, Macy Sievers all with 4 points for the defenders. Kaya Tower has 5 points to lead the Jimmies. Dordt with the basketball. Van Hollen throws it in, gets it into Beckman. Beckman high post, it goes. Janie Schoenhoven squares up, gives it off left side over to Gustafson. Gustafson down to the baseline, nothing there. Lofts it out front for Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman, step back triple, missed it, no good, and the rebound is cleared by Jamestown and Martinson. Martinson with the basketball over to Busick. Busick with it, attacking on the right-hand side. They go to Tower. Tower, Cordes. Cordes with it at the top of the key, backs it out. They throw it into the paint, throw it back over into the corner. Open look at a three, missed, no good. Rebound Tower. Tower with it, and she's fouled on the way up. Well, Tower was able to climb the back of Willow Bleeker to get that rebound, and then the foul called on the play against Carly Gustafson. Oh, that's going to go on Faith Van Hollen. Van Hollen whistled for foul number 2. So Sievers is in, Van Hollen is out. Dort's going to have to navigate some foul problems. Two fouls each on Van Hollen and Gracie Schoenhoven now. Tower free throw, good. She's got another one on the way. She's an 85% free thrower. And this will be her 100th free throw shot this season. And it's up and good. So Tower makes them both, and the Dordt lead is 18-16. The Jamestown Jimmies on defense. Here come the Dordt defenders with the basketball. Goes right hand side over to Sievers. Sievers with it down to the baseline. Fires it out front. Bleeker. Bleeker gives it up. Schoenhoven. Jeannie. A free throw line jumper. Good. Jeannie Schoenhoven with the free throw line jumper. And the Dordt defenders with a 20-16 lead. 20-16 our score with the basketball. Cordes. Goes left-hand side, comes back over to Johnson. Johnson with it. Johnson back out front. Busick at the elbow. Busick picks up her dribble. She comes back right side. This is Martinson. Martinson with it. Martinson goes over to Busick. They throw it into the paint. Gustafson walls her up. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. Well, either way, it was going to be defender basketball, either on the turnover or on the rebound. Pass goes in. This is Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven at her knees. Schoenhoven gives it back over to Sievers. Sievers with it out front. Sievers comes back over to Janey. Janey with it to Sievers. Sievers with the basketball. Sievers lofts it down low for Janey. Janey off of the glass, good. Janey Schoenhoven with 8, and the Dordt defender lead is 22-16. 22-16, defenders with the basketball, Cordes with the basketball now. Cordes back over to Martinson. Martinson with it. Martinson throws it left side back over to Tower. Tower down to the baseline. Kick it into the corner. Dordt with a 6-point lead. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound taken away by Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman comes up the floor with it. And Beckman passes it off. And we've got a foul called before the shot. (22-16), defenders by 6. Throwing it in will be Sievers. Sievers with it right baseline. Throws over the top for Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman pass with it on the right-hand side, goes back over to Sievers. Sievers underneath Gracie. Gracie back to Janie. Janie layup good. Janie Schoenhoven with the 2-point bucket off the assist from Gracie. And the Dordt defenders on defense now. And with the basket, Jamestown. Jamestown makes it 24-18 on the made shot by Martinson. Sievers with the basketball, throws it out front, and it's taken away. A turnover by the defenders. Here comes Jamestown. Jamestown down by 6. Jamestown with it on the left-hand side. They give it up underneath. Shot is up, no good, and the rebound cleared by Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with the basketball. Schoenhoven goes left side, Beckman. Beckman with it. Beckman comes back over to Sievers. Sievers right side underneath Janie. Janie off of the glass, no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, last touched by So the Dordt defenders with the basketball. They throw it in to Gracie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven back to Beckman. Beckman three, high off of the rim, no good. And the Dordt defenders with a 24-18 lead. 24-18 our score. Dordt by 6. Flurry of action while we had those problems with our connection. The Dordt defenders extending the lead up to 8. Now Jamestown back to within 6. They throw it down low. With the basketball down on the block is Rodakowski, and Rodakowski promptly throws it away. So the Dordt defenders get the basketball back, leading by 6, 24-18. While you were away, or while I was reconnecting, Janie Schoenhoven, I believe, had 3 field goals in a row for the defenders to help them to a 24-18 lead. 24-16 lead at the time. And now it's 24-18. Dordt with the basketball. Gracie gets it into Macy Sievers. Under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Sievers goes right side Bleeker. Bleeker with it back to Sievers. Macy has it on the left-hand side. Zone defense applied here by Jamestown. Looks like a 2-3. Macy Sievers with it. Splits the defense. Hands it off to Gracie Schoenhoven underneath with a reverse layup. She's got 3. And the defenders back in front by 8. 26-18. With basketball, Busick. Busick goes right-hand side, Tower. Tower with it at the free throw line. Tower, tough shot, hangs on the rim, won't go through. Rebound taken away by Sievers. Sievers dribbles through pressure. Here comes Macy with the basketball, throws it back over to Bleeker. Bleeker, Van Hollen, 3-ball on the way, missed it, no good. Dordt has one made three-pointer to their credit so far today. 1 for 8, and a blocking foul called on Willow Bleeker. Bleeker, the 5'9 freshman from Sioux Center, whistled for the personal foul. Well, this is reminiscent of the game down in Jamestown, or up in Jamestown, however you want to look at it, where the defenders struggled from the three-point line. And Jamestown throwing the ball in. They get the ball inbounded to Hagel. Hagel with it, picks up her dribble, throws it back out front. Tower sets, fires long triple off of the glass. Way too strong, no good. And the rebound taken away by the defenders and Gracie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with it, left-hand side, Van Hollen. Van Hollen to Willow Bleeker. Bleeker comes back right side to Macy. Macy with it, step back beyond the 3. Good. 3-point basket, Macy Sievers. She's got 7. And the defenders extend the lead to 11, 29-18. And the defenders will use, the Jimmies will use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection. Connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Jamestown basketball after the timeout. Jamestown with it. This is Tower. Tower lost it, and now we have a foul on the play called on Tower. So Kaya Tower is going to be called for an offensive foul. That's foul number 1 on her. And Coach Thad Sankey on the Jamestown bench will ask, okay, what did you see there? Our officials today, Kevin Schultz, Chad Voskel, and Chad Gordon. Dordt with the basketball. They throw it into Macy Sievers. Dordt by 11 right now and a chance to extend the lead. Harrison on the right wing. She gets the pass. Comes back out front. This is Caparis. Caparis underneath, intended for Gracie Schoenhoven. Tapped out of bounds by Jamestown. Slicing in front of her was Samantha Paulsen. Reminder that our pregame and postgame shows brought to you by Wireless World, your local Verizon authorized retailer. 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. Visit them at wirelessworld.com. With the basketball, Gracie Schoenhoven fires it back outside Macy. Macy Sievers over to Macy Nielsen. Nielsen jumper, no good. Right side, it goes to Busick. Busick with the rebound. Long pass over the top. Tower. Tower with it on the Tower in the paint, and she's going to be called for a double dribble. And the only official who had the angle on at that time was the cross-court official. And I've said it before, you can't call what you think. You have to call what you see, and that time the other 2 officials shielded from it, but Chad Gordon over on the far sideline saw the double dribble and makes the call. With it out front, Tower hesitated just a moment. Caparis, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound pops free. Gracie Schoenhoven had a hand on it. Kate Busick with it in the backcourt. They come back right side. Dordt retreating on defense, and now Dordt trying to force a tie-up. Jump ball called, alternating possession. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Jamestown basketball trailing 29-18. Well, this is like so many of these Dordt-Jamestown women's games that we have seen, especially in recent history. Dordt gets a little bit of a lead, and Jamestown hangs around and starts slicing into it. With the basketball, right-hand side is Paulsen. 3:38 left to go in the half. Jamestown basketball out front. Tower, 8 to shoot. Dordt jams her on the drive. She's got it in the paint. Shot is up off of the glass. Count the hoop, and Hannah Hagel somehow got that one up off of the glass and makes it 29-21. 29-21 our score. Beg your pardon, yes, 29-20 the score, and now a free throw. And Hannah Hagel with 7. 29-21, defenders up 8. With the basketball, Sievers. Macy has it at the free throw line. Sievers underneath, intended for Gracie Schoenhoven, and it's tapped away out of bounds. It'll be Dordt basketball, 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 3:15 left to go in the game, in the first half. 29-21 our score. Pass goes to Nielsen. Nielsen with it. Nielsen comes back right side Harrison. Harrison throws it into the corner. This is Gracie with it. 10 to shoot. Gracie off of the glass with the right hand. She bails the possession out. Gracie Schoenhoven with the 2-point bucket on the drive. Dordt leading 31-21. Jamestown basketball, ball tipped away by Nielsen. Macy Nielsen got her hands on it, the free safety in the middle of the floor, if you will, knocking it away. And now Jamestown will have the basketball. Dordt will send new players into the contest. 31-21, defenders by 10. Throwing the ball in. With it out front, Busick. Busick at the timeline. Busick reverses course now. She passes it back over to Cordes. Cordes with it. Cordes comes back left side, 13 to shoot. Down to the baseline, puts it up off of the glass, too strong, no good. And the rebound cleared by Willow Bleeker, and Bleeker is fouled from behind. Hannah Hagel is fouled on the play. So Dordt with the basketball. Pass goes left side, Van Hollen. Van Hollen with it. Van Hollen comes back over to Bleeker. Bleeker underneath Janey. Janey's shot no good. Fight for the basketball. It's down on the floor, picked up by Beckman. Beckman's pass into the paint, no one in particular, and Jamestown's going to end up with a run out. Layup for Paulson. Paulson with a 2-point bucket. And the Dordt defenders lead 31-23. So the defenders go from thinking they're going to go up 12 to now up 8. With the basketball is Bleeker. Bleeker at the left elbow. Goes top of the key. Gustafson puts it on the deck. Back over to Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman back over to Gustafson. Ball fake. Rodakowski on the defense. Schoenhoven has it tipped away. Schoenhoven back over to Beckman. Beckman with it. Beckman, back it goes. Free throw line jumper, left it short, no good, but a foul on the play called on the rebound against Gustafson. So Jamestown with the basketball, 1:37 left to play. First half of action, Dordt by 8. Jamestown with a chance to cut into the lead. Tower throws it into Rodakowski. Rodakowski underneath. Rodakowski's pass out front. And the Dordt defenders will get it back. With it out front, this is Bleeker. Bleeker with it. 31-23 our score. Bleeker with it on the left-hand side, and Bleeker has it tapped away, picks it up, now comes back over to Carly. Carly shows it down to the baseline, and Gustafson has it swatted out of her hands and out of bounds, and looked like it might have gone off of her foot or leg. And the Jamestown Jimmies for the basketball. Jimmy's come back right side to Tower. Tower with it. Tower comes back out front. Rodakowski. Rodakowski on the left wing. Rodakowski back it goes. Paulson. Paulson looks left side. 13 to shoot for the Jimmies. Pass goes right side. Tower. Tower 3. Too strong. No good. But the rebound cleared by Jamestown. Now taken back by Schoenhoven. Here comes Bleeker. Bleeker, right side Beckman. Beckman, free throw line jumper, short, no good. Fight for the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called on the defenders. And that's going to go on Bailey Beckman, and that is number 1 on her. And it's free throw time now for Jamestown with 33.6 seconds left to go. So Cordes will go to the free throw line. Cordes, an 88% free throw shooter. First one is good. So since Dordt went up 10 and looked like they were going to go up 12, but a missed lay-in led to an open run out for the Jimmies. They've cut it down to 7 and now 6. 31-25. Cordes makes both free throws. Dordt basketball, Sievers. Sievers out front. It's been a while since Dordt scored. Sievers down to the baseline. Comes back, Nielsen. Nielsen 3 offline. Missed it, no good. And Jamestown with a chance to cut further into the lead. Jamestown with it in the backcourt. They'll throw it left side. Jimmy's with it, and they get it across the timeline. Right side 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. Tower chases it down, and the first half comes to an end with Dordt leading 31-25. The defenders built the lead to as many as 10. They settle for a 6-point lead at the break. 31-25 our score. Back with, let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a recap of the first half of action in 3 minutes.
The spiritual climate and the community itself is strong. And Dordt remains unapologetically Christian in their mission. And we certainly believe for our kids, the best fit is an institution that believes that every square inch, every aspect of your life comes under the lordship of God. And we can see that woven into the classes that our kids have taken, the athletic teams that they've been part of, the music that they've been part of. It's just all a culture that we appreciate and love so much.
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money, and none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
Welcome back to halftime as the Dordt Defenders have a 31-25 lead over the Jamestown Jimmies at halftime of this women's college basketball contest. The Defenders have not trailed. They led by as many as 6 early on at 8-2. And they led 18-14 at the end of the first quarter. They led by as many as 9 at 16-7. Jamestown went on a run at the end of the period to get it back to within 18-14. Jamestown scored the first points of the second period to get it within 2, 18-16. Dordt then scored the next 6 points to go up 8, 24-16. Eventually led 31-21, had the ball, missed a layup though, under duress. And Jamestown, after the ball got kicked around, it squirted free, and the Jimmies got a run-out layup to make it 31-23, and late free throws cut it down to 6, 31-25, and that's where we are at halftime. Dordt leading Jamestown 31-25 in GPAC women's basketball. Let's take a look at those first half highlights, if we have them. These presented by People's Bank. And Macy Nielsen, she had the only made three-pointer, there were 2 made three-pointers by the Defenders in the first half. One by Macy Nielsen, the other by Macy Sievers. Sievers ends up with 7 points after 1 half of play. Jamestown, they got a 3-point play when things were getting out of hand. They got a 3-point play by Hannah Hoggle, and that helped stop the bleeding. And the Jimmies within 6 at halftime, 31-25. The Defenders 14 of 32 shooting, 44% unofficially, while Jamestown 8 of 24 unofficially from the floor for 33%. Dordt is led by Jeannie Schoenhoven's 10 points. Kaya Tower and Hannah Hoggle have 7 points each for the Jimmies. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of all the scoring and the numbers from our first half right after this 3-minute timeout.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Fallink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
I wish I would have maybe done graduate work sooner, but the fact that I could do it when I had a growing family, the fact that Dordt kind of met me where I was at that time and where I still am, makes it manageable no matter what really season of life you're in. They understand that you're a working professional. I definitely feel equipped and ready to be a school leader. Just the way that Dordt structures things and the support that they provide for you sets you up for success.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction. Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
We're at halftime. Let's take a look at the numbers for the first half of play. Dordt, 14 of 32 from the floor, 44%, 2 for 10 on threes, 20%, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. The Jamestown Jimmies, 8 of 24 from the floor, 33%, 1 for 6 on threes, 17%, 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 100%. Jamestown out rebounding Dordt in the first half, 18-16 turnovers. Dordt's committed 3, Jamestown has committed 9. Dordt is led by Janie Schoenhoven's 10 points so far, 7 for Macy Sievers, 4 for Carly Gustafson, 3 for Macy Nielsen, 2 for Liv Harrison, and 5 for Gracie Schoenhoven. 4 rebounds for Carly Gustafson and Janie Schoenhoven. 2 assists each for Macy Sievers and Carly Gustafson and Gracie Schoenhoven. 2 steals for Janie Schoenhoven. For the Jimmies, Tower with 7, Hoggle with 7. 4 for Cordis, 3 for Busick, 2 for Martinson, 2 for Paulsen. Jamestown also with 5 rebounds by Busick, 3 from Rodakowski. Dordt leads 31-25 at the break. Let's take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a rundown of all the scoring from all of the scores from around the league right after this 3-minute timeout.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Hi, my name is Lynn Marie Tremolian.
My name is Tyler Vanderwoon.
Hi, my name is Noah Zylstra. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Pella, Iowa.
And I'm from Springfield, Kentucky.
One of my favorite things about the Dordt Media Network is being able to go to various Dordt sporting events throughout the year.
My favorite part of the Dordt Media Network is being able to produce a quality live stream for people to watch at home.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Dordt was the right place for me. It was the right place for me to grow as a student. It was the right place for me to play football. And I think above all, it was the needed place for me to come to Christ. It started with me being recruited for football. As the recruiting process started though, and I started to kind of figure out what Dordt was about, that spoke to me. A university that's centered on just the Lord, you know, on scripture, on truth. That was a big deal for me.
One game is final already. That was Hastings defeating Mount Marty 87-70. They got that game started a little bit earlier tonight. Hastings a winner 87-70. Hastings now 9-10 in the league. Mount Marty 1-18. Halftime scores: Briarcliff leads Northwestern in Sioux City 44-38. Doane leads Concordia in Crete 39-27. Morningside leads Dakota Wesleyan. That one's being played at Alley Gym, 41-24 in Sioux City. And it's Midland by 13 over the College of St. Mary Flames, 43-30. Game you're listening to, Dordt leads Jamestown 31-25, GPAC women's basketball. Let's take another 1-minute break, and we'll be back with the second half of action from the DeWitt right after this 1-minute timeout.
You don't just want to pick a college because you think it's just going to be comfortable. But you also have to be in a place that there are people that are going to surround you and love you and be on the same page. If you can find that place that stands out and they stand for something and they stand behind that something, you know, that's what we fell in love with Dordt University, and we're just so thankful that our kids have seen that.
Find a place that honors God and inspires your kid. And I think Dordt does both of those things.
One of the things that we appreciate most about Dordt University is just the sense of community. That community of alumni, of the professors, the college campus in itself is really what supports the students that are there at the time. The Dordt alumni are all over the U.S., even the world, and you know, it's 4 years that they get to be on campus, which is a wonderful chapter of their life. But I guess the thing that we really want is that they can hold on that for a whole lifetime.
Dordt's up 31-25 at halftime, just about set for the second half. The defenders by 6. They'll have the basketball, moving from left to right or from north to south here at the DeWitt Gym. This coming Saturday, please note the time change due to the cheer and dance competition being hosted by the defenders on Saturday. We'll start the women's contest for basketball at 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. And we'll follow the men's contest at about 5:45. Smorgasbord of athletics. You've got men's volleyball on Friday night and more softball at the ASB Sports Complex on Friday and Saturday. Right side it goes. Beckman gives it to Gustafson, shows it down to the baseline, puts it up with a reverse. Good. Carly Gustafson with 6 points, and the defenders lead 33-25. Defenders have led by as many as 11. That was at 29-18. Jamestown basketball, then they got a 3-point play to stop the bleeding, and then eventually scored 4 in a row to close the first half. Rebound by Gustafson off of the missed 3-pointer, and here come the defenders. Dordt with the basketball, throw it into the corner. Van Holland over to Sievers. Sievers at the free throw line. Sievers back to Janey. Janey into the corner. Faith. Faith with the basketball. That was Cordes who missed the 3 on the other end. And now Jamestown with a rebound of the missed shot by Carly Gustafson. Cordes ends up with it. She throws it right side Martinson. Martinson with the basketball. Dordt does have some foul trouble to deal with. They've got a couple of players with 2 fouls each. We'll see how long they can go before they pick up a third. Schoenhoven getting a workout down low against Rodakowski with it left-hand side. 3 on the way. Off the mark, no good. And another rebound for Gustafson. Gustafson with 6 caroms. Here comes Sievers. Sievers floater in the lane, good. Macy Sievers stops in the heart of the lane, gets the shot to go. Dordt back-to-back buckets to start the second half. They lead by double digits again, 35-25. Right-hand side, Cordes. Cordes into the paint, tries to cross over, throws it right side. Busick down to the baseline. Her pass tipped, taken back by Rodakowski. Rebounds Schoenhoven, taps it over to Sievers. Sievers to Gustafson, and Gustafson is fouled on the play by Cordes. Credit Gustafson with getting down the floor. Credit Sievers with pushing the ball into the front court and rewarding the post player with the pass down low. And now Gustafson will take her time going up to the free throw line. First free throw up, no good. And Gustafson's second free throw is good. She's got 7. Defenders match their biggest lead of the ball game at 36-25. Driving in Tower and pecking away at it down low is Beckman, and we're going to have a foul called on the play against Bailey. Bailey Beckman whistled for the personal foul. Thought maybe she had tapped it away cleanly. She did not, according to Chad Gordon. So free throws on the way for Tower. Tower, first free throw up and good. She's been as much as a sure thing from the free throw line so far tonight. Now 6 for 6. 85% free throw shooter entering the game, and she makes them both. 9 points for Tower. That stops the run by the defenders of 5 in a row to start the second half. With the basketball, Beckman. Beckman with it. High post, Gustafson. Gustafson looks inside. Instead comes over to Van Holland. Van Holland, free throw line jumper. Gustafson. Gustafson, 2-pointer, good. Gustafson with 9, and the defenders lead by 11 again, 38-27. Jamestown attacking. Cordes. Cordes goes right side, Tower. Tower back to Cordes. Cordes 3, short, no good. Long rebound, though. Martinson. Martinson loses it out of bounds. It's last touched by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. So Gracie Schoenhoven and Macy Nielsen check back into the game. Jamestown throwing it in, Busick. Busick gets it inbounded. Cordes. Cordes, Tower. Tower left-hand side guarded by Van Holland. They look down low for Rodakowski. Back over to Tower. Tower 3, no good. Rebound Rodakowski off of the glass, good. Audrey Rodakowski averages 14 points per game. Defenders lead by 9, 38-29 off of the putback by Rodakowski. Short jumper by Sievers. Sievers with the 2-pointer, and the defenders back up by 11, 40-29. Jamestown right now in the danger zone. Let's see if they can hang around and keep it close. Cordes 3, short, no good. Rebound tapped out, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. So the defenders will get it back. Dordt has outscored at Jamestown 9-4 to start the second half of play. Sievers into the front court. Dordt with the basketball. The defenders 4 of 4 from the floor so far. Gustafson into the paint. Nothing there. Back over to Gracie. Gracie dribbling with the left hand. Back over to Carly. Free throw line jumper. Too strong, no good. And the rebound taken away by Jamestown. Jamestown down 11 with the basketball. Jamestown feeds it back out front to Busick. Busick driving in, off balance shot, no good. Rebound taken away by Sievers off the deflection. Sievers off and running. Sievers puts it up short, no good, but she is fouled. And free throws on the way for Macy Sievers. Sievers averaging 10.5 points per game. She's got 11 tonight. Would expect with the injury to Hayden Hymanson, maybe you squeeze a few more minutes out of Macy if you can. Maybe a few more out of Gracie if you can as well. First free throw by Macy Sievers, no good. She's a 74% free throw shooter, trying to give Dordt their biggest lead of the ball game. Right now they're at 11. They've led by 11 on a few different occasions. Second free throw up and good, so she makes 1 of 2. The defenders have not been exceptionally sharp from the free throw line. 3 of 6 so far tonight. 2 for 10 from the arc. And the defender lead is a dozen, 41-29. 6:14 and counting, third period. Jamestown basketball, they throw it into the post. Hoggle, nothing there. Schoenhoven not giving any ground. That's Janey. Comes back out front to Paulson. Paulson with the basketball. Cordes picks it up. Tosses it back right side, Busick. Busick down to the baseline. Busick fires it back out front. Rocking into the drive is Paulson. Paulson, free throw line jumper, no good. And the rebound taken away by Gracie. Gracie up the floor quickly. Beckman with the basketball. Pull up 15-footer, nestles it down. Bailey Beckman with a 2-point bucket. Dordt leads 43-29. Defenders with a 14-point lead. And Jamestown's going to use a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charged to the Jimmies with 15:31 left to go in the game. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
By 14, Jamestown basketball. They give it left side, Cordes. Cordes guarded by Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman on the defense. Shot in the paint, off of the glass, no good. Rebound taken away by Schoenhoven. Janey gets it over to Bleeker. Willow up the floor. And Willow Bleeker has it tapped away. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Cordes. It'll be Dordt basketball. Well, it's out of the frying pan and into the fire for Willow Bleeker today. She's been playing a lot of minutes on the junior varsity, and she's getting her opportunity here in the rotation. Pass goes left side, Nielsen. Nielsen with the basketball. Nielsen back over to Bleeker. Bleeker at the top of the key with the right hand. Willow has it, reverses, tries to find underneath Gracie Schoenhoven, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. Right idea, just the ball simply slithers out of bounds. Last touch by Jamestown. It's Dordt basketball. Bleeker, 7 seconds to shoot. Left side of the lane as we face the hoop. Gets it into Beckman. Ball fake down to the baseline. Beckman will force it up off the glass. No good. Rebound tipped, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Well, it was 1 week ago tonight that Hayden Hymanson went down with what looked like a knee injury, and based on the fact she's now in an immobilizer, that is indeed what the injury is. The extent of which they were still waiting on word earlier this week, and hopefully during our post-game show we'll be able to narrow down what the extent of that injury is. Reach-in foul called against Willow Bleeker. That's number 2 on her. And you guessed it, Kaya Tower back at the free throw line shooting more free throws. She has now shot this season through 24 games, 24 plus, 103 free throws. And that's 104. She has made 90 of them. Shoot that many and can remember almost all of your misses. That's not bad. Bleeker passes ahead to Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. 3 players around her. Pass goes into the corner. Nielsen back over to Bleeker. Bleeker three-pointer. Got it. Willow Bleeker with the 3. That'll draw applause from the crowd. The hometown girl knocking it down. 46-31 our score. Shot on the way. In and out, no good. Rebound deflected. Picked up by Jamestown. Jimmy's have it. This is Hoggle. Hoggle gets it to Tower. Tower back out front. They fire it. Right side, Paulson. 10 to shoot. Throw it down low, back to Hoggle. Out front, on the wing. 3, missed, no good. There for the rebound, though, and the putback. Opportunistic basket for Paulson. And the Dordt defenders for the basketball. Bleeker up the floor. Bleeker throws it into the corner. Nielsen thought about pulling the trigger on the 3. I initially thought she threw that one away as it was over the head of Beckman. 3, no good by Beckman, and the rebound controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball after they dodged a bullet on the last possession. Got a shot right as the shot clock expired off of the missed shot that didn't draw iron. They got the putback, though. Busick into the paint, and Bleeker forces a jump ball. Well, you've got to give Bleeker a little bit of leash, just simply because she is playing catch-up in terms of the varsity games. Knew that it would be tough for her to get minutes at the varsity level this season, just simply because of who's in front of her. Played a lot of junior varsity minutes, but playing meaningful minutes here at the end of a conference race, a little different looking situation. Rebound taken away by Sievers off of the missed basket. Sievers up the floor, it goes, deflected, picked up by Harrison. Harrison attacking, nothing there, back over to Sievers. Sievers with it, 20 seconds to shoot. Man, a lot happens in 10 seconds. Shot in the paint is up and good by Sievers. Sievers twirls into the lane, she's got 14. And the defenders lead 48-33. They throw it into the corner to the Jimmies, and Dordt's going to force a jump ball. You don't want to throw it into the corners. Basketball 101, and it happens at every level. Get it to the middle of the floor where you've got room to maneuver and options. You throw it into the corner, and that defense will swarm like gnats at a picnic. With the basketball out front, this is Schoenhoven, Gracie back out front. Sievers, 3 ball on the wing, good. Macy Sievers with the triple. She's got 17, and the defenders extend the lead to 51-33. Jamestown with the basketball, and the defenders force a timeout. Kate Cordes forced to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Taking a quick glance around the conference, Northwestern leads Briar Cliff by 10, 67-57. Doane leads Concordia by 3, 47-44. Morningside leading Dakota Wesleyan by 12, 58-46. Jamestown basketball. Jamestown with it on the sideline. This is Cordes. Cordes gets it over to Tower. Tower throws it away. It's Dordt basketball. I asked Coach Bill Harmson last week after the Morningside game, I said, okay, the pressure defense, it doesn't always result in turnovers directly. Doesn't always result in points directly, but at some point it feels like the dam breaks, even if it's just for a few possessions, and suddenly you have a 6 or 8 point run, and in the college game, sometimes that's all you need. with the basketball, weaving her way in is Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven looked like she might have gotten an extra step. Gracie Schoenhoven with 7. And the defenders lead 53-33. Jamestown basketball, they fired across half court to Paulson. Dordt swarming with that double team out front. Comes back left wing to Paulson. Paulson 3, missed, no good. Rebound Caparis. Caparis with it. Caparis knocked to the floor. Loose basketball. Seavers got a hand on it. Now they're going to call a foul. Audrey Rodakowski will go to the free throw line. She will shoot for the 3-point play. Dordt leading by 18, 53-35. And Rodakowski for a 3-point play opportunity. Dordt leading 53-35, and the shot no good. Rebound taken away by the defenders. Dordt by 18. Up the floor with it is Sievers, and Sievers is fouled on the play by Kaya Tower. And Tower, yeah, she might have caught that one in the throat. Don't play with matches, Scarecrow. I mean, you get a little too close and just those arms start flailing, and you are allowed a little more contact at the college game than you are accustomed to in the high school contests, obviously. Cross-court pass goes to Harrison. Harrison with the basketball, right-hand side. Nielsen. Nielsen bounce pass, Sievers. Sievers underneath, intended for Gracie Schoenhoven. It's tapped and controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown with the basketball. Dordt up by 18. And Jamestown, we're going to have an over and back violation called by Kate Busick, and that's another thing you don't want to do. Basketball 101. Bring it across half court and pick up your dribble. Suddenly that line becomes a defender as well. And I say it, I've said it often, it happens at every level, and the pressure will do that to you. 1:26 remaining here in the third quarter. Dordt by 18. Right side Beckman, out front Bleeker. Thought about the 3, and Bleeker's pass a little bit apathetic with that pass, and Jamestown shot on the other end, no good. And Faith Van Hollen knocked to the floor, and the foul's going to go on Tower. And for Kaya Tower, that's number 4 on her. Now, if they lose her, that is big trouble for Jamestown. With 66 seconds remaining, they're going to check her out of the ball game here in the third quarter. Dordt with the basketball, so Bleeker, that pass didn't have quite the pop on it that it needed, and the Jimmies came away with the steal. Now with it right-hand side, Beckman. Beckman back over to Bleeker. Bleeker, Gustafson. Gustafson shows it into the paint with a left hand, no good, and she is fouled on the play by Rodakowski. Rodakowski called for foul number 1. Carly Gustafson will go to the free throw line. She will shoot 2 free throws. So Gustafson with 9 points. Shooting a pair here, the 5th-year player, the graduate student from Ethan, South Dakota. Free throw is up and good. Gustafson now with 10. Gustafson with 10 points and 6 rebounds. She and Schoenhoven have team honors with 6 rebounds each. Gustafson's second free throw, no good. Dordt's lead is 19, 54-35. Jamestown basketball, Cordes. Cordes at the top of the key. Step back 17-footer, no good. Rebound tapped around, and Gustafson ends up with it. Comes back over to Van Hollen. Van Hollen on the right-hand side to Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. Bleeker in between the circles. Bleeker goes left side, Beckman, high post, Gustafson shows it, double teamed, and the ball's kicked out of bounds by Rodakowski. It'll be Dordt basketball. 8-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Well, some of the other games around the league have tightened up in the second half. This one has not. This was a 6-point lead at the end of the half. Throwing the ball in, Bleeker in danger of a 5 seconds call. And the defenders turn it over. 54-35 our score. Jamestown basketball. Dordt with the full court in front of Jamestown will send their pressure group in. And you've got to think when you see that coming, if you're the opponent, if you don't handle it well, it's, oh no. Pass right side. This time looks like Jamestown will handle it. Get it across the timeline. And Jamestown with it on the right-hand side. Busick. Busick goes over to Cordes. Cordes puts up the shot, missed it. And the rebound deflected, picked up by Harrison. And the ball now loose underneath, and it goes out of bounds. Last touched by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. So Dordt with the basketball, 4 seconds left. Sievers across half court, 3. She's into the lane, puts it up, rims it out, no good, and we've played 3 quarters of basketball. Our score, Dordt 54, Jamestown 35. Dordt outscores Jamestown 23-10 in that period to take a 19-point lead. Let's take a 1-minute break. We'll be back with more right after this. This is Dordt basketball on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network.
The spiritual climate and the community itself is strong. And Dordt remains unapologetically Christian in their mission. And we certainly believe for our kids, the best fit is an institution that believes that every square inch, every aspect of your life comes under the lordship of God. And we can see that woven into the classes that our kids have taken, the athletic teams that they've been part of, the music that they've been part of. It's just all a culture that we appreciate and love so much.
Hello, my name is Quentin Olson. I'm Parker Freeman. Hey, I'm Clay Boss. I'm from Holland, Michigan. I'm from Holman, Wisconsin. I'm from Ontario, California. One of my favorite things about working at the Dordt Media Network is being able to come in with no previous experience of broadcast or camera work and being able to learn all of that up to a directing role. I'd like to shout out my parents who watch all the games from home. You're watching the Dordt Media Network. And you're watching the Dordt Media Network. Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
A 19-point lead for the defenders, 54-35. We head to the 4th quarter of play, and I have said before, this game seems very similar to me as other Dordt Jamestown women's basketball games. In fact, I remember when I think it was 2 years ago here at the DeWitt on a Saturday afternoon, the defenders had a similar type lead. Felt like they had it in hand, and then the last 4 minutes just got crazy. And I think Jamestown had a chance actually to tie the game, and Dordt held on to win it, 54-35. So this one not over by any means. They pass it down in the post. Rodakowski against Gustafson. Gustafson holds her ground. And Gustafson's going to be called for a foul. I'm not sure what more she could have done there. Gustafson whistled for her second personal. And Rodakowski to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one on the way for Rodakowski, no good. I have Rodakowski on my score sheet as 0 for 2 now from the free throw line. And our official scorekeeper, Jeff Sager, in agreement with me, and now 0 for 3. That is a 77% free thrower who missed both free throws that time. Pass into the block, Gustafson. Gustafson double teamed. Gustafson, tough spot. Throws it back out front. This is Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven back over to Faith. Faith gives it up. Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven Sievers. Sievers with it underneath Janey. Janey has it stripped, and we've got a foul on the play. To me, there has been a difference with the defender post players. They are strong and physical players, and I don't always know that they get the benefit of the doubt in the paint. Schoenhoven, first free throw, up and good. Another one on the way. That's the first point of the second half for Janey. Now, obviously, my Jamestown friends are going to say you are biased, and I will say probably. But I do try to look at things objectively, and the defenders do not outshoot teams from the free throw line much for how much they focus on getting the ball in the paint. With the basketball is Cordes. Cordes throws it right-hand side. Paulson. Paulson, 3, good. Paulson with 7. Dordt back the other way, and Faith Van Hollen beats the defense down the floor, and the defenders have a 20-point lead, 58-38. A minute 12 gone in the 4th period. With it on the left-hand side, Busick. We'll see when Tower comes back. They get it back over to Paulson. Another 3. That one's too strong, no good. Rodakowski comes away with a rebound, lost it on the way down to the floor. Gives it back over to Busick. Busick with it. Busick gives it back outside to Oswald. Oswald, right side, Cordes. Cordes against Beckman. 5 to shoot. Cordes in the lane, gets a little bit of room. Kicks it out, corner, 3, no good. Rebound tipped and controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown shot no good. Rodakowski in the paint. Off of the glass, no good. Rebound Sievers. Sievers with it ahead to Carly. Carly with the right hand, good. Carly Gustafson with a 2-point basket, and the Dordt defenders are going to call a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charged to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 30 seconds.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
The league, we see Concordia now leading Doane at the start of the fourth period, 55-52. Looks like Concordia's Drew Olson might have woken his team up at halftime. His team was down 10, now they're up 3. We'll see how that one shakes out in Crete. Dordt trying to clinch the Great Plains Athletic Conference Championship outright here this evening. Cordes with it off of the glass, no good. Rebound cleared by Gustafson. Gustafson with it, and Gustafson hacked on the play. And that is what happens, I say, when you don't make the easy calls early. You allow teams to peck away, and pretty soon you've got players stepping through traps pretty aggressively. Elbows come up, and that pass is tipped away. Last touch by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. Samantha Paulson tips it away. 7:42 left to go in the game. Dordt leading 60-38. They're going to check Tower back out of the game on defense. They're trying to save her defensive possessions. She's playing with 4 fouls. And Gustafson gets it inbounded to Van Hollen. Back over to Gustafson, now to Sievers. Sievers with the basketball, jailbreak, right-hand side. Beckman, 3-ball on the way, can't get it to go. Rebound Van Hollen. Van Hollen shoved to the ground. No call made. Comes back over to Schoenhoven. Right side it goes Beckman. Beckman with the basketball. Beckman with it. 7:27 and counting. Goes back over to Gustafson, and Gustafson is called for steps. So Towers back in with her team on offense. Other scores around the conference. Morningside leads Dakota Wesleyan in the fourth period by 12. And Northwestern leads Briar Cliff on the road 73-64. The middle of the conference, still a lot to be decided, although we have seen some things shake out in terms of there were several teams that were separated at least beginning this evening. Foul called underneath. That's going to go on the defenders and Janie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven whistled for number 1. And team foul number 2 on the defenders in this period. 7:11 left to go in the game. Dordt leading 60-38. Jamestown throwing it in. This is Johnson. Back over to Tower. Tower pass into the paint. Rodakowski throws it off the glass, gets it to go, and she is fouled, they say. So Rodakowski will go to the free throw line where she is 0 of 3 so far. And that is foul number 4 on Gracie Schoenhoven. First free throw, only free throw, no good. Rebound cleared by Janey. Gets it outletted over to Sievers. Macy with the basketball. Splits the defense. Comes to Van Hollen. Van Hollen with the basketball. Dordt leading 60-40. Right side it goes. Van Hollen gives it up. Schoenhoven. Back out front. Sievers. Sievers splits the defense. And Sievers has it poked away. Last touch by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. And now they're going to definitively say, no, it was last touched by Dordt. So Jamestown will get the basketball. The official that time on the opposite wing felt that he had a clear view of it. So Kevin Schultz says, I got that. Last touch by Dordt. It's Jamestown basketball. Tower with it in between the circles. Tower with it down to the wing. Ball's down on the floor. It's loose. Picked up by the Jimmies. Dordt leading by 20. Jamestown basketball, though. They're looking for a run. With the right-hand side, it goes to Oswald. Oswald dump it down into the post, taken away by Jeannie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with the opportunistic steal. Comes back, left side, Schoenhoven puts it on the deck, puts it up, shot no good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Jamestown. It'll be Dordt basketball. Dordt leading by 20. You feel like it should be in hand, but it's not over. With it, Macy Sievers. Sievers with it. Sievers gets it into Jeannie Schoenhoven. Ball is tapped away by Jamestown again. Samantha Paulson. That is one of the earmarks of these Thad Sankey teams, though. They don't quit. They play to the final horn. We won't see Jamestown much after tonight. Well, maybe get them in the playoffs. Pass comes in to Jeannie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven trap, puts it on the deck, wraps it around for Caparis. Caparis back out front, Macy. Macy three, good. Macy Sievers with the three-point basket. She has 13 in the second half, 20 for the ball game, matches a season high. 63-40, defenders nearly up a couple dozen. Jamestown basketball, pass down low, fronting the post was Schoenhoven. Took it away, got it over to Macy Sievers. Over the top, Van Holland. Van Holland, layup good. Faith Van Holland with a two-point bucket. She's got 4, and the defenders lead 65-40. 65-40, Dordt by 25, 5:34 and counting, ball game. Left-hand side, Jamestown, they go to Rodakowski. Dordt, a reach-in foul called on Macy Sievers. Sievers called for foul number 2. So 3 new players checking in, Nielsen, Beckman, and Gustafson. Faith Van Holland comes off limping a little bit. She's been dealing with an ankle that's been a little bit bulky, and it looks like she's actually trying to stretch out a little bit on the sideline. Might be the calf cramping up. Maybe she got hit. We're guessing at this point. Tower, they throw it down low. Rodakowski. Rodakowski shot no good, but a foul on the play. With the defenders leading by 25, they're going to call the foul on the defenders. Willow Bleeker. Bleeker called for foul number 3. So Rodakowski, who is 0 for 4 tonight from the free throw line, steps up. Entering play tonight, 53 for 69, makes her first attempt this time. She has 7 points, all in the second half. A second free throw on the way. This one's up and good. Rodakowski with 8. Dordt leads 65-42, 5:15 and counting. With it out front is Bleeker. Bleeker with the basketball. Bleeker to Beckman. Beckman picks up her dribble, goes to Gustafson. Left side, Nielsen. Nielsen 3 on the way, good. Macy Nielsen with the three-point basket. She's got 6. And the defenders lead 68-42. With the basketball out front, Tower. They throw it down, left side, Rodakowski. Rodakowski into the paint. Her turnaround up, good. Rodakowski with another 2. She's got 10 all in the second half, and the defenders lead 68-44. 4:35 and counting. Bleeker throws it left side, Nielsen. Nielsen off the dribble, stops at the top of the key. Looks down low for Gustafson. Gustafson with it off of the paint, and the late foul call, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Gustafson will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair with her team up 24, 68-44. Macy Sievers, Liv Harrison, Gracie Schoenhoven checking in. Gracie will wait for Carly to shoot the 2 free throws. Defenders averaging 86 points per game so far this season. Shoots the first free throw on the way, no good. Another one on the way for Gustafson. Gustafson 2 for 5 tonight. As a team, the defenders 6 of 11. And she makes that one. Gustafson makes 1 of 2. And the defenders lead by 25, 69-44. Should be in good shape here, leading by 25 with 4:20 remaining. Caparis extends the defense out, gives it up left side Busick. They throw it into Rodakowski. Rodakowski with a 2-point bucket. Rodakowski, 69-46. Back the other way, lay-in by Gracie Schoenhoven. Schoenhoven with the lay-in, and the defenders lead 71-46. Jamestown basketball, 4 minutes remaining. With the basketball on the sideline, and Jamestown's going to call a timeout. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Jimmies. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
So the defenders with a 25-point lead. Jamestown basketball, Kaya Tower to throw it in. And the ball is inbounded to Rodakowski. Rodakowski to Tower. Tower with it on the wing. Tower back out front. Tower gives it up left-hand side. Busick. Busick left wing three. No good for Paulson, but she is fouled on the play. And that's going to be 5 on Schoenhoven. She's going to foul out of the ball game with 9 points at the 3:48 mark. So challenging the three-point shot. Schoenhoven fouls out. Willow Bleeker is going to check back in with 3:48 remaining. And free throws on the way for Samantha Paulson. Paulson with 7. 71-46. So Paulson will shoot, trying to trim the lead from 25. First one is good. She's a 74% free throw shooter. Shot only 19 up to this point. That was number 20 this year. Second free throw is up and good. Paulson with a third free throw coming, trying to make it a 3-for-3 trip. 71-48. And that one's up and good as well. 71-49. Samantha Paulson making it, she's got 10 points. And the defender lead is 71-49. Jamestown will, well, they'll extend their bench here. Sievers with the basketball. New players in for the Jimmies. And Harrison throws it away. Cutting left was Nielsen. Ball thrown to her right. And now the Jimmies throwing it in will be Cameron Ketchum. Ketchum up the floor. She's got it on the right-hand side. They throw it through the paint. This is Colbeck. Colbeck shot in the paint. No good. A rebound taken away by Sievers. Macy with the basketball. Sievers right side Bleeker. Willow three. Missed it. No good. Rebound taken away by Macy. Macy down on the baseline. Back to Harrison. Underneath intended for Caparis, and she is fouled from behind. That's team foul number 4 on the Jimmies. Sievers, Nielsen. Somebody else has to check out. Right now we got 6 white shirts on the floor. And Willow Bleeker will check out of the ball game. 71-49. Goodwin in the contest. Mackenzie Goodwin, Ellie Lems. Also on the floor, Bailey Sievers. And you had a player come back in directly off of the bench onto the floor, and the officials just making sure everything is squared away, and it was. Sievers on the baseline, comes back out front, Harrison. Harrison with it, Goodwin. Goodwin back to Harrison. Harrison with the basketball. Liv drives the lane, tried to turn the corner, got cut off. Now the pass, high post to Lems. Lems shot in the paint, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Well, the defenders will match their winning streak to start the year with their 12th win in a row since the loss to South Dakota State University back in December. That was a little over 2 months ago, December the 12th. Played at Frost Arena and took one on the chin there, losing by 12. Got things rolling, though, again, and have won 12 in a row since, or will have won 12 in a row since after tonight's contest is complete. Sievers underneath, her shot no good. Rebound controlled by Jamestown. Jamestown basketball, 2:26 remaining in the contest. Jamestown with a basketball. And we've got a player not on our program, number 25. She's got it out front. Looks like that's Cotton. Cotton gets the pass, goes left side. And the three-pointer by Burgess is good. 71-52, defenders by 19. Pass goes out front, Goodwin, the sophomore from Kingsley Pearson. Right side it goes. Might have been a travel, no call made. Bleeker picks it up, back over to Goodwin, 13 to shoot. Willow, open three, missed it short, no good. Rebound deflected out, last touch by Dordt. It'll be Jamestown basketball. Well, Dort's going to win this game in spite of a subpar three-point shooting night. They were 6 of 18 for the game, so not that bad, but 2 for 10 in the first half. In the second half, 4 for 8, so much better percentage-wise, obviously, in the second half. Shot no good by Cotton. Rebound taken down by the Jimmies. Ball deflected, picked up by Harrison off of the missed shot. 1:21 remaining. Goodwin underneath. Goodwin shot no good there for the rebound, and the putback is Sievers. Bailey Sievers with the 2-point bucket, and the defenders lead 73-52. Jamestown basketball out front. And the Jimmies throw it into the post. It will be Jamestown shooting free throws. So Cotton, Jalen Cotton, 5'11". She's from Castleton, North Dakota. First one is up and good. She's got a second one on the way. 61 seconds left to go in this one. Second free throw misses, no good. Rebound cleared by Harrison. Long pass into the front court, Goodwin. Goodwin with the basketball. Out front, right side Harrison. Harrison to Ellie Lems. Lems, kick out pass Sievers. Sievers to the free throw line. Back with the left hand, cut off. Looking, comes back over to Lems. Lems with the basketball. Lems puts it up, blocked from behind. Loose basketball picked up by the Jimmies. Jimmies coming back the other way. So the Jamestown Jimmies with the basketball. They have it out front. 8-second difference, shot clock and game clock. Jamestown with it. They throw it into the post. Shot off of the glass is no good, but there for the offensive rebound, and the putback is Brenna Strockland. And Strockland makes it 73-55, and that's how this one will end. The defenders will dribble it out, and the defenders have clinched the Great Plains Athletic Conference regular season championship with a win here this evening. 73-55 over the Jamestown Jimmies. 73-55, the defenders extend their conference winning streak to 19. They go to 19-0 with 3 games remaining. The Jamestown Jimmies slide to 15-10 and 11-8. Let's take a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with a recap of the women's contest right after this. You're listening to Dordt Basketball on KIHK.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
At Premier Communications, we're all about connection, connecting you to all the entertainment, work, and family you love with our phone, internet, cable TV, and tech support services. And now, that connection has gotten even faster with internet speeds up to 1 gig. Experience the next level of connection with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call toll-free 800-741-8351. Premier Communications, looking ahead.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa, life in the center of everything, where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors, knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Hi, my name is Lynn Marie Tremolian.
My name is Tyler Vanderwoon.
Hi, my name is Noah Zylstra. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Pella, Iowa.
And I'm from Springfield, Kentucky.
One of my favorite things about the Dordt Media Network is being able to go to various Dordt sporting events throughout the year.
My favorite part of the Dordt Media Network is being able to produce a quality live stream for people to watch at home.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Iowa, as the Dordt defenders secure a win of 73-55 over the Jamestown Jimmies in Great Plains Athletic Conference action here this evening. The defenders win it by 18. And the defenders clinch the Great Plains Athletic Conference regular season championship with that win, as they now have a 4-game lead with 3 games to go. Let's, as we get into the Wireless World post-game show, let's take a look at those highlights, and we can go ahead and run those from the Dordt Media Network truck, and I'll tell you about the how things happened as well in the second half. Bailey Backman got a mid-range jumper to go. That helped extend the Dordt defender lead to 12 points. 3-point buckets were hard to come by tonight for the defenders, but Macy Nielsen had a pair of them. Audrey Rudakowski, pretty effective in the paint for the Jamestown Jimmies as well. She ends up with 12 points, all of them in the second half. She had 5 field goals and a couple of free throws. Actually started the game 0 for 4, 0 for 3 from the free throw line before getting on track, and made a couple. And the Dordt defenders able to extend the bench. Had a lot of players play significant minutes here today. And the Dordt defenders secure the win, 73-55. The Dordt defenders improved to 19-0 in the conference, 24-1 overall. Jamestown, 15-10 and 11-8. But I will be honest here, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I will not be surprised at all to see Jamestown as part of the 64-team NAI National Championship field. I don't have any insider information, nothing like that. I just have a sense that when the dust settles and you look at their strength of schedule and what they have done over the course of the season, especially in the second half of the year, this is a pretty good Jamestown team, and I fully anticipate them, if they don't win their way in through the conference tournament, they will be given a legitimate look for the Great Plains, or for the NAI National Championship field as well. I digress. The Defenders with a 73-55 win here this evening. Shooting totals for the Defenders. Dordt was 30 of 60 from the floor, 50%. 6 of 18 from the three-point line, 33%. Just 7 of 12 from the free throw line, though, 58%. For the Jimmies, they were 17 of 59 from the floor, 29%. 3 of 19 from the three-point line, 16%. 18 of 23 from the free throw line, 78% for the Jamestown Jimmies. They got to the free throw line. They cashed in. If not for that, it was a pretty bleak day for them on offense as they shoot sub-30 overall and sub-16 from the three-point line. Dordt managed to turn the rebounding advantage around to their favor, 39-37. Turnovers, Jamestown committed 16, Dordt had 11. Macy Sievers led the Defenders with 20 points. Carly Gustafson tossed in 13, 12 for Janie Schoenhoven. 9 points for Gracie Schoenhoven before she fouled out. She was limited to 16 minutes today. 6 points for Macy Nielsen, 2 each for Liv Harrison, Bailey Sievers. Faith Van Holland had 4, Bailey Beckman had 2. Carly Gustafson and Janie Schoenhoven had 8 rebounds each. Macy Sievers found her way to 7. She also had 6 assists, did Macy Sievers. Carly Gustafson had 3 assists. Eliana Caparis had 2 assists, 4 steals for Janie Schoenhoven today. For the Jimmies, 12 points for Audrey Rodakowski, 11 for Kaya Tower, 10 for Paulson. 2 for Stracklin, 7 for Hoggle, 1 for Cotton, 3 for Busick, 2 for Martinson, and 4 for Cordis. Cordis limited to 1 of 10 shooting today. Tower, I believe, is now in second place all time at Jamestown in scoring in women's basketball. She went 9 for 9 from the free throw line today. She also had 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Leading rebounder Busick and Rodakowski both had 7 for the Jimmies. We're going to take a 3-minute break right now. A 3-minute break in the Dordt Media Network truck. Go ahead and restart for the men's contest. Get the men's live stream going. And we'll take a 3-minute break on KIHK and be back with more on the postgame show, the Wireless World postgame show.